Embracing your true nature. Ever noticed how we humans sometimes freak out about the divine's plan for us? It's like being terrified of our own reflection in a calm lake. This fear only pops up because our thoughts are all jumbled, making us dread the very essence of who we are. Here's the kicker. Reality doesn't mess with anything real. It just brushes aside mirages. So when we shiver at the thought of the divine's will, which, surprise, is actually us, we're really just spooked by our own potential. It's not the divine we're dodging. It's ourselves. Your deepest wishes aren't the same as that nagging inner critic, the ego, and boy, does it hate that. What feels like dread about the divine is actually unease about facing your true self. Trying to figure stuff out while you're freaking out is like trying to thread a needle in a storm. Good luck with that. This journey we're on, it's about rediscovering who you are. But if you're convinced that something's scary, you'll keep hitting the brakes. The whole deal here is that you've lost the memo on your true identity. If you're in the dark about who you really are, why assume it's something to fear? Linking truth with terror is like pairing sunshine with shadows. It's a stretch, especially when you're clueless about what's real. You're just slapping a random label on something unknown and calling it bad news. You've built this tricky mental maze, and there's no exit without a little help from the guide. Their gig, to nudge you toward what you actually want, not to shove some weird agenda down your throat. They're just trying within the walls you've put up to shine a light on your own desires. You've stashed your true intention somewhere deep, like treasure buried under a pile of junk. I've mentioned how the inner light, think of it as your mental compass, can peek into that mess and spot the divine's blueprint. Since it's right there in your head, it's part of you, and it can show you what's real. The only thing making you jittery is worrying about what you might lose. But guess what? The inner light only highlights what's truly yours. I've said it a bunch. The inner light isn't here to make you ditch anything worthwhile. If you're pushing yourself to abandon reality, it'll gently remind you that's not the divine's vibe or yours. Your will and the divine's, same team. If your mind wasn't so tangled, you'd see that lining up with that will is your ticket to freedom. It's how you connect. You can't chat if you're speaking gibberish to each other. You and the divine sync up through creating stuff together. That's your shared groove. A scrambled mind is like a radio with static. It can't get the signal because it's broadcasting 2 stations at once. Mixed up messages don't land, they're just noise. How clear can you be when you're asking for stuff you don't even want? As long as you're scared of your own desires, that's exactly what you're doing. Maybe you're grumbling, Matt. The inner light's gone silent, but have you checked what you're asking? You're not just requesting what you crave, you're tossing in things you're secretly afraid of getting. That's why you keep pinging the wrong mentors, the ones who can't deliver. It feels safe, but it's a dead end. Truth isn't something to hide from. It's your safe haven. Your real will is your liberation because it matches the divine's. The only gap is thinking they're different. The power of intention, let's be real. We've all set intentions and felt like they flopped. That's not just with dodgy wishes. That might backfire. It happens even with ones that fit this path perfectly. You might even point at those misses and say, see, this doesn't work. But hold up, this whole deal is about shaking off fear, and that's the lens you need. Picture this. You ask the inner light for something you think you want, but you're low-key terrified of it landing in your lap. If that's the vibe, even if it shows up, you won't be happy. That's why some fixes, like a quick health boost, don't stick, even when you're in a healing zone. Say you're begging for your body to chill because you're scared of breaking down. But if that fix messes with your whole worldview, like maybe you think pain proves you're tough, that's scarier than the ache. You're not really asking to ditch fear. You're just patching a scratch you picked yourself. That's not healing. The old texts say every intention gets a reply, and they're not wrong. Hit up the inner light with anything, and you'll get a response count on it. But it'll never be something that amps up your fear. You might not catch the answer right away, but it's never lost. You've got a stack of replies waiting for you to tune in. Want proof your intentions hit home? Don't second guess your fellow humans. Doubting or confusing them shakes your own confidence. To get the divine's reply, trust me, I've got unshakable faith in you. Can you ask the inner light for real while side-eyeing others? Their words carry truth because truth's in them. Hear them, and you're hearing me. Listening for truth is how you'll finally know it. What you hear from others depends on you. What's their message? What do you want it to be? Your take shapes what you get. The inner light's in them too, whispering through their voices. What else could such a pure connection offer but honesty? Are you open to it? They might not know themselves fully, but there's a spark in their mind that does. That spark can light up yours, making their words ring true. Their voice is the inner light's answer. Do you trust them enough to listen? Seeing beyond illusions, your ego's always sniffing out other people's slip-ups. But that's not the kind of watchfulness the inner light wants. Egos love nitpicking because it fits their weird logic, it's their jam. To the inner light, it's just static thought. The ego thinks it's noble to call out flaws and fix them. It's all in on that game because it doesn't get what mistakes really are or how to mend them. Errors are ego-made, and fixing them means dropping the ego entirely. When you try to fix someone, you're saying they're off. They might be babbling nonsense, sure, especially if their ego's driving. But your job? See their core truth, not argue. They're still right at heart because they're tied to the divine. Their ego's always wrong, no matter what it spits out. If you're spotlighting someone's ego flops, you're using your own ego's filter. The inner light doesn't even clock those mistakes. There's zero crosstalk between ego and inner light. Ego babbles gibberish to it, so it doesn't judge, just knows it's empty. Reacting to errors means you're not hearing the inner light. It skips right over them. So if you're hooked on them, you're off its wavelength. You're stuck in ego mode, as lost as the person you're eyeing. That's not fixing anything. It's ditching your own chance to grow. When someone's acting wild, heal them by spotting their steady center. Buy into their mistakes, and you're buying into yours. To hand your slip-ups to the inner light, do the same with theirs. Make that your go-to, and you'll get how errors fade. It's like teaching what you learn. They're as right as you, and calling them wrong is calling yourself out. The path to inner peace-making amends is for everyone. It's how you ditch the idea that anything's just yours. Forgiving is letting mistakes slide by unnoticed. Focus past the flaws, or you'll lock on to whatever you see. To know yourself, see the truth in others. Miss that, and you're lost because you're seeing them wrong. Your real self is shared. Its power is in that connection. You've got a part in making amends, but the big picture, that's beyond your grasp. You don't know how to skip over errors. If you did, you wouldn't trip over them, thinking you don't mess up or can fix it. Solo is a trap. Without the guide, you're stuck. The plan's not yours. Your narrow view of yourself is where the trouble starts. Undoing it isn't your job. It's for you. Making amends is about rediscovering how to share you've forgotten the trick. The inner light reminds you how your gifts work naturally. It flips your urge to clash into a chance to connect, turning your mess into the divine's design. Through it, you can't let the ego judge your talents. That's where the harm hides. Their good shines in the inner lights. View, the ego's got its own forgiveness scam because you're asking, just not the right way. Its plan's a mess and won't fly. Follow it, and you're in a corner, the ego's favorite spot. It says spot the mistake, then ignore it. How do you ignore what you've just hyped up? That's when it pulls the mystery card saying, nonsense saves you. My words, though, they're straight up sense from the divine. Timeless and solid, forgiveness my way doesn't fight fear with fear or puff up illusions to pop them. With the inner light, it's about never giving errors weight, keeping them unreal. Don't let them sneak into your head, or you'll think you've got to undo your own mess to be free. What doesn't matter doesn't exist. The inner light wipes out errors' echoes, proving the ego's a ghost.